Hello! Winter has well and truly set in, especially in Melbourne. So that means that everything's slowing down in the garden. But it doesn't mean that we can put our feet up and wait for the warm weather to arrive, because there is still plenty to do, even when it's raining. Seed sowing is not something that I would normally consider doing during winter, because the soil temperature is too low for many plants and the seeds will rot. But this year I have this fabulous seed starter kit, which is going to help me start my plants off inside and then have them ready to plant out into the garden in spring. How good is that? And our resident expert Keith Edwards is here to tell us all about it. Please tell us the benefits of this fantastic seed starter kit.
This is a little mini hothouse, and it creates an environment which is just conducive to growing seeds at this time of the year, particularly through the colder months. We have this little enclosed environment with the sun coming in, warming up this space. We can allow a little bit of the hot air to go out. At night time, we would close those up, so we're keeping the warmth in there. And then, with this lid off, we can then have different ways of growing seeds into this little hothouse. And away we go. The heat mat is one of the best things you can actually do to increase the amount of germination and how quick you can get the germination happening with the seeds you've got in there. So this is simply a device that's going to warm up. It's going to warm up the seeds at the bottom. This is the thermostat.
Yes.
And by plugging this into this device here and then into the power point, you can actually dial in the temperature that you want.
So it's controlling the heat.
Just controlling the heat. Absolutely.
Wow.
As a rule, great germination happens with the soil temperature being between 18 and about 22 degrees Celsius.
Okay, so you would normally keep it at about 20 degrees then?
20 degrees would be absolutely perfect.
Fantastic.
And this actually has a little probe here that you would stick into the soil.
Yes.
And that would just then stick on the side of the unit here, plugged into the soil, and then when it gets up to a certain temperature, shuts off, up and down, up and down.
Isn't that fantastic? Can I do this with all seeds?
There's certain seeds that don't like bottom heat.
Okay,
and then there's certain seeds that you should never ever sow into a potting.
You need to sow directly.
You need to sow directly.
Okay, all right.
Seeds that they don't like bottom heat are carrots and lettuce.
Yes.
And anything that produces a root, you would not sow into a seed cell, because when you take them out, if you break off that root at the bottom, it will then just fork. This unit is probably best kept somewhere where it gets morning sunlight only.
And the very important question to me is, when do I know when to transplant my seedlings out of here and into the garden?
The process is probably a little bit more involved than that, because we're going to be growing into cells.
Yes.
So the cells have got enough energy and enough vitamins and all the rest of the things that are required to get the seedlings up and growing.
Yeah.
But they need to be producing 2 to 4 to 6 leaves before you take them out of that. And because we're in the colder months, if we take them out and plant them straight into the garden, then they will just sit and set back. Yeah. So we would take them out of these little cells that we've got in here.
Yes.
And then we'd put them into a little bigger pot that's got a proper potting mix.
3 steps then.
Basically 3 steps.
Greenhouse, pot, and then into the ground. And we are very excited to announce that Ryset is kindly giving away one of these fabulous seed starter kits to one of our very lucky followers. And here are the details. To enter, all you have to do is like this video, make sure you're following both Keith's and my Instagram pages, and tag a friend in the comments below. And on Wednesday, June 17, the winner will be announced. Thank you so much, Keith. Thank you, Ryset, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
And we are very excited to announce. That. Yeah. Look at you. That's all right, because you're starting to mouth what I'm saying, because I've said it so many times. Okay, ready, set, go.